You're standing around a fire in 50,000 BC. The sun has just gone down. There is no phone, no Netflix, no noise. Only fire, darkness, and smoke.
The smoke is thick and heavy in the air. It curls directly into your face. Your ancestors lived like this every night. Fire was life, warmth, and survival.
And somewhere, someone noticed something strange. What if we did this on purpose? That thought may have changed everything. This is where the story begins.
Smoking did not start with cigarettes. It did not start with tobacco companies. It started with fire itself. And human curiosity. Fire is at least 1 million years old. Early humans like Homo erectus used it. They cooked food and stayed warm. And they breathed smoke every day. Smoke was not optional in ancient life. It filled caves and camps constantly. There was no escape from it. It shaped human breathing for millennia. But smoke is not just carbon and ash. Burning plants release complex chemicals. Some of them affect the brain. Some can change perception. Certain plants contain psychoactive compounds. Cannabis is one example. Others existed across ancient ecosystems. Humans were constantly exposed. Imagine sitting near a fire. A specific plant burns nearby. Suddenly, your mood changes. You feel something new. It was not intentional at first. It was pure accident. But the brain remembers pleasure, and repetition begins. This may be the origin of smoking. Not invention, but discovery. Not design, but experience. A repeated accidental high. Fire exposure shaped human biology. We evolved around smoke. Our bodies adapted to it. Even our brain systems respond to it. The endocannabinoid system exists in humans. It regulates mood and memory. It responds to cannabis-like compounds. This is not a coincidence. Early humans did not know chemistry, but they knew feeling. They knew what felt good, and they repeated it. Over time, patterns emerged. Certain plants became special. Certain smoke became meaningful. Knowledge began to form. Now we move to archaeology. Real evidence begins much later. Around 500 BC in Central Asia, cannabis use appears in burials. Researchers found heated stones and residues of cannabis. This was not accidental burning. It was deliberate ritual use. This suggests intentional inhalation, not just fuel for fire, but controlled psychoactive use, used in ceremonies. Then we meet the Scythians, ancient nomadic warriors, described by Herodotus himself. They used vapor tents. They heated stones until glowing, then added hemp seeds. They inhaled the smoke inside tents and experienced intense effects. Herodotus wrote they howled with pleasure. For centuries, historians doubted him, but archaeology confirmed his story. He was right. Now we shift to the Americas. Here, tobacco originates naturally. It is a native plant, not known in the Old World. When Europeans arrived in 1492, they saw indigenous smoking practices. They were confused and fascinated, but quickly adopted it. Tobacco use in America is ancient. Evidence shows at least 3,500 years, possibly even older than that. It was deeply ritualistic. Smoking was not casual at first. It was sacred communication. Smoke carried prayers and intentions between humans and spirits.
Now we go even deeper. A Utah site shows evidence, around 12,000 years old, wild tobacco seeds found in fire pits.
This suggests intentional use. Even before agriculture fully developed, humans were experimenting with plants and smoke. But evidence is always incomplete. Organic materials decay quickly. Wood, leaves, herbs disappear. Only stone remains. So, absence of evidence is not proof. We may be missing the full story. Smoking could be far older, much older than archaeology shows. Now we explore human behavior. Across cultures, people seek intoxication. This is a universal pattern, found everywhere in history. Scientists call this a hypothesis, the intoxication drive theory. Humans may be biologically wired to alter consciousness. Animals also show this behavior. Elephants eat fermented fruit. Reindeer consume psychoactive mushrooms. Nature repeats the pattern. So why would humans be different? We are also animals. We also seek altered states. It may be ancient instinct. Early humans experimented constantly. Trial and error defined survival. Some plants healed, some harmed. But experience created knowledge. Good effects were remembered. Bad effects were avoided. Culture slowly formed. Smoking may have started as medicine. Ancient Egypt used herbal smoke for throat and lung issues. It was documented practice. Ancient Greece used fumigation therapy. Herbs were burned and inhaled. Hippocrates described such treatments. Smoke was medicine. India developed Dhumapana practice, literally meaning smoke drinking. Herbal smoke through pipes, used for healing. China and Mesopotamia also used smoke. Across civilizations, pattern repeats. Smoke as therapy and ritual, not just recreation. Smoking also built social bonds. Groups shared altered states. This created trust and unity, essential for survival. Shared rituals synchronize emotions. Modern science confirms this effect. Group bonding becomes stronger. Smoke amplified this. So smoke was social technology, not just personal experience. It created collective identity. It strengthened tribes. Then everything changed in history. Tobacco reached Europe in 1500s. It spread extremely fast, across continents. What was sacred became commercial. Factories replaced rituals. Addiction replaced tradition. A global industry was born. Cigarettes made smoking mass market. Cheap, fast, addictive, engineered for constant use. Not ritual anymore. Marketing hid health risks for decades. Corporate interests dominated science. Profit over human cost. A dark transformation. The gap is enormous between ancient ritual smoking and modern industrial smoking. They are not the same. One was sacred and controlled. The other is addictive consumption. Same plant, different world. Different meaning entirely. So when did smoking begin? There is no single answer. It likely began with fire and human curiosity. And today, the story continues. Every breath of smoke connects us to ancient ancestors around fire, a 100,000-year-old habit.